What's going on, everyone? Today is July the 10th, 2021. This is our Lookout live stream session to where we and all of our team here on this particular channel get in position and make sure that we win against the trap. Welcome, everyone. I see we already got some individuals chatting us in the chat box. Let's go ahead and look at some of them. This is Chris Rice. Trading View is up and ready. Let's get it. That's right. This thing is on fire. We're going to make sure that everyone who's in our community is going to be in position and win. It's just that simple. We're not here to give you any FUD, any FOMO, but one thing that we do, we pay attention to what that trap does. You guys can see I just put them right there on the screen for you. We had to identify someone who is actually moving the markets, and that is what he looks like right there. He is the crook. That's the criminal. He's trying to take our money from us and vice versa. We're trying to take the money right back from him. So if today's your first time ever seeing our video, let me plug you all into why we do these Lookout live stream sessions, because one thing that we notice when we've been on this particular YouTube platform is that a lot of people have interest in other stocks. You know, a lot of people have other interests in other cryptocurrencies that we don't particularly focus in on this channel. So one of the solutions to that was for us to create a Lookout live stream. So those who are interested in some other cryptocurrencies or stocks, so long as it's available on TradingView, we'll go ahead and take a look at it, right? We'll go ahead and see what's going on with these other particular markets. Now, in order for you to participate, though, you need to be an artisan member. That's $4.99 a month. You guys can see right here on the bottom of the screen as I scroll down the Lookout. This is what we're doing right now. This is a collaborative event to where only our artisan members are able to give us some other stocks or cryptocurrency that they want us to take a look at. If you're not an artisan member, it's $4.99 a month. Now, we can look at some other charts, but you will have to pay $4.99 as a super chat in order for you to collaborate with us during this live stream. Okay. Now, if you just want to support the channel, we also got another option for you, right? We got this apprentice perk where you have access to the loyalty badges and also the custom emojis right here that we've created so that you can learn how to call the markets with us, right? We want you all to drop the comments whenever we post a video on this particular platform and let us know, what do you think? Do you think this particular cryptocurrency is a buy or a sell? Use the strong or weak emojis if you think the market is strong or weak. This allows everyone to learn how to call the markets without deploying any of their own resources into the market, right? You can learn this way. Just like Chris says, go ahead and smash that like button, right? We got a couple of 14 people right now in the live. Well, we got 26 people in the live right now. Tap that like button if you guys haven't hit it yet, because we're going to give you some information that is not being told anyone else, right? We're not going to be confused. We're not going to give you any information that's confusing. We're going to get in position and dominate in the space, right? So we got a couple of stocks and cryptocurrencies that we're going to look at today for this particular live stream. So like Chris said, let's get it. Let's get this fire started and let's make sure that we are in position to win, okay? Now, I do see one chat. It looked like Rod Dobson. Better be good if you are making me wait. How are we making you wait, Rod? I mean, do we have you tied up somewhere? Answer that question for me, Rod. Because last time I checked, I don't know who you are. I don't know what you look like. Last time I checked, there's no ropes around here where I'm at. So how are we making you wait? No problem, Steve. That's what we're about. We're not trying to be like these Moon Boy YouTube channels out here that's just trying to simply pump these stocks or getting you to click on the videos and tell you that everything's going to go higher in price, and that is simply not the case. I mean, if the market's going to go down, we have to tell everyone in our community that be prepared. The price look like it's going to go lower, and if it is, we'll tell you that, and if it's not, we'll tell you that as well. We're not here to give you any FUD, any FOMO. We need to be real, and if you're a real individual, then you need to join us as well too. All right. This is Chris. Okay, I see your plays, XPEV and CCXI. Okay, how you doing those plays? Are you still in those plays right now, Chris? All right, let me go ahead and switch over to the chart. Like I said, let me see how many we got. We got about 6 charts that we're going to look at today. So like I said, buckle on in. We're going to make sure that we are all in position to capitalize on what the trap has in store for us. Now, we have 26 people watching the live right now. Make sure y'all hit that like button, because like I said, we're going to be real with you. And if you want to be real, if you want to see what the market is going to do before anyone else sees it, join us. Good job, Chris. He cashed out, took the money. That's right. That's what we're about, Chris. We got to take that money right back from the trap. You guys can see him. He got the money in the briefcase right there. That's our money. And we need to make sure we try to get it back. Just that's that simple. And the way that we could get it back is by being in position and win. So now let's check this out real quick. First one that we are going to look at is going to be Vechain. Now let me zoom in. Okay. We already got a prediction on going into the market in Vechain, right? Take a look. One thing that we all need to realize is that the trap always leaves us evidence, right? There's always evidence left at the crime scene. And here it is. Every price bar we see, every volume bar we see, we need to think of it like evidence. And we need to interpret that evidence as to, okay, where is he trying to go next? Because he's trying to run. And we need to make sure that we follow him and get in position so that we can trap him, so that we can catch him and take that money that he got in his briefcase. So you can see it. Last time we did our price prediction in Vechain was right here on June the 30th, right? June the 30th. So since then, what has happened into the market in Vechain? We've already identified where restriction was, and it was at 9 cents. So for us to not see the price go up above this line tells us a lot. It does. Why wasn't he able to break price above 9 cents? You may be asking. It's just simple. He didn't want to take the price above it. That's all, right? So we appreciate him giving us this type of evidence because we can utilize it to our benefit. So he wasn't able to break price above 9 cents, right? He couldn't do it. Cool. So now we can also place into our mind that, okay, since he wasn't able to break 9 cents to the upside, then that must mean that he's not trying to take the price higher. So we can take that out of the way in terms of looking for Vechain to go higher in price. Because look, every day of trading, you guys got to understand that people are deploying actual money or cryptocurrency in this space. Okay. And everyone does not have unlimited resources to where they just can continue to place money in these positions in expectation for the market to go higher. And every day that he's traded this market in Vechain and he couldn't break price above 9 cents, those are failed attempts of him trying to go higher in price. That's why the market in Vechain continues to go lower. So what do you think? Will you become more bullish if the market is able to break above 9 cents? I would. So until such time, we need to expect the market in Vechain to give us this. Continue to trade sideways with the prospect of going lower. Those are the only two outcomes that we can get. Okay. So in anything that we participate into the market, we all need to realize these three things. The market can only go in three directions, right? Three directions. It can only go higher, it could go sideways, or it can go lower. All right. I hear you, Peter. Yeah, there are a lot of people out there that's just bragging on the huge gains and they never show you the one that they lose on, right? And we want to keep it real. I appreciate the attitude as well. Thanks. Appreciate the comment. All right, so now, since we're not expecting the market in Vechain to go higher, then we got two other options. Either the market in Vechain will continue to go sideways, right? Or we're going to go lower. So now, since we've had the opportunity in the market in Vechain to take the profit off around 9 cents, because I'm sure that was our first area of TP. Now, to the new listeners, TP simply means take profit, okay? We needed to take profit around that 9 cent price level because we knew that there was a chance that the market could not break above it. And that was proven true. So hopefully you was able to take some of that profit off the table right there around that 9 cent price, around 7%. Wasn't much. And literally you only had 4 days after our price prediction for you to take that out. All right. So now let's move on though. We got to get in position because every day the market trades is an everyday opportunity for us to get paid. All right. So again, let me zoom out. Let's see what's going on into the market in Vechain. Obviously, we're in a downtrend. So anybody that is pumping Vechain obviously has no idea of what a chart looks like. We've been in a downtrend in Vechain since April 17th, 2021. The price has been going lower. And I'm quite sure that there have been a lot of YouTube videos, a lot of articles being pushed trying to pump Vechain to higher prices, and the market goes the opposite way. That's one thing we need to realize, is that the truth is only found on the price charts. Everything else is someone else's interpretation or how they feel. The price chart has no feelings. There are no emotions on price charts. And once you realize that, you kind of get ahead of everyone else, because the majority of people are emotional people. And when they see a market like this in Vechain go from 28 cents back down to 7, that hurts, because many people expected it to shoot to the so-called moon. Now, we saw the rejection at 9 cents. Okay. I'm going to take this line here though, and I want us to pay attention to this. Okay. Because like I said, everything that is on the chart leaves us information. So now, zooming out, let's take an aerial view as to what we're looking at in Vechain. Take a look. Are we still in an uptrend looking at the market from this perspective in Vechain? Let's collaborate. Let's talk. Leave me a chat. Tell me, what do you all see on the chart? Are we still in an uptrend in Vechain for the long term? Okay, that's why I wanted to zoom out. I wanted us to see, okay, where have we been and where are we anticipated to go? Because the answer is emphatically yes, Vechain is still in an uptrend. How do I know? It's simple. The trap leaves us evidence, and he left us evidence right here. Okay, he left us evidence right there on June 22nd, because he came and confirmed the trend there. And then he also confirmed the trend right here on this particular day, May the 19th. That's right, Chris. Chris, I appreciate you. I really appreciate you, because you and I are seeing the same thing. Yes, Vechain is still in an uptrend, and it may still test that line though. You guys can see right here, Chris, you get it. Let me circle it for you. I want to circle the area of concern. Okay, we all need to focus in on price and Vechain right there in that area that I've circled. That's right, Steve. Trend is the friend. So if you're looking from a perspective to jump into the market in Vechain, where would you want to come into the market, right? Where would you want to participate? Appreciate that, MC. Thank you. Because as the market in Vechain was breaking out from this ascending line, people was buying the market in Vechain, but we broke away so severely that the market has to come back down and test this trend. That is the next agenda for the trap. He's going to try to continue to hold this line. So that is our mission, is for us to be on guard to see if he's going to continue to hold this line, because if so, this is prime real estate right there to buy the market in Vechain on the low. Because not only is the price cheaper, but it's also confirming that price is going to hold that trend. Now, under the auspice that he can't do it, then we understand that the market in Vechain is going to come back down to 3. So now let me show you what's going on in the market in Vechain on the 2-day time frame. All right. So like Chris said, we have somebody in the chat already. Chris, tell us that that ascending line may get tested again. Now, this is the 2-day time frame. Look at the chart. I mean, are we seeing any indications of market strength right now? No, we're not. Okay, cool. What about on the 3-day? Are we seeing any strength? If you're in the chat, let me know. Are you seeing any strength in the market in Vechain? That last completed 3-day price bar lets us know that the market is not giving us that much strength. Okay, cool. 5-day time frame. Do we see any strength here? No, we do not. What about on a weekly? Are we seeing any strength on this weekly price bar now? We got a day and 7 hours left, but check this out. If the market in Vechain was really that strong, we would have seen the market in Vechain capitalize on this last weekly price bar from June 28th. But instead, we're going lower in price. So all of this pressure of Vechain going lower, it is still intact. Like, we got to understand that that was a lot of pressure pushing down the price in Vechain. That is still intact. Okay. Another thing is that our understanding of the weakness into the market in Vechain would have changed if the price was able to come up and break above this level right here, which is around 8.5 9 cents. That's right, Chris. Massive volume has been on a decrease on a weekly perspective. So again, yeah, the market in Vechain is weak, but it's not oppressively weak to where we would expect it to come back down to 4 cents or even 3 cents. Not yet. We have to wait until we see whether or not the market's going to be able to hold this ascending line again. That's why I wanted to circle that area. We need to pay attention to that. So currently, yeah, we're going to play the weakness, but we're not going to be overly bearish into the market just yet in Vechain. Okay, not yet. Our eyes is going to be fixated on what he does right there around 7 cents towards that ascending line. Okay, now that's still about 15% though. We can still see the market in Vechain drop 15% in this space. So until we see the indication of strength appearing on this chart, we're going to be weak. We're going to continue to play the weakness in the market in Vechain. So now, seeing how the market in Vechain has been unsuccessful at breaking price above 9 cents, take a look. We got evidence here, right? And the charts don't lie. It was acting as support for Vechain, 9 cents was, on May the 19th all the way until like May the 30th. So 2 weeks of trading, the price in Vechain was able to keep price above that line. We broke it to the downside on June 21st, right? We try to come back up and break up that price above 9 cents and we fell. So 9 cents is restriction. All right, just that easy, just that simple. So we're going to be weak into the market in Vechain. We're going to expect the market to go lower in Vechain until we see the price break above 9 cents. Cool. So we're in position. This is our prediction right here. Nothing hard, nothing complicated. We're still expecting the market to go lower. First area TP would be right there around 7 cents. And then the second area will be alongside that ascending line, because that is the overall trend right there. All right, we're cool. This is where we're expecting him to go. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the next one. Appreciate that, Steve. Welcome. Appreciate you joining the team. Appreciate you coming through, seeing the value that we are harnessing. Hopefully you can learn so much from the information that we are dropping, because in actuality, we want you, Steve, and everyone else to learn as much as possible. You can do it for yourself, right? We don't want you all to be dependent on some other YouTubers to think and try to persuade you into thinking that these markets are going to go a certain direction. And all you had to do is look at the chart and you can see for yourself that that's not the case. So welcome. All right, so now let's move on to the next one. The next one that we're going to look at is OMG. So as we go throughout these stocks and cryptocurrencies, try to get the overall feel of what the market is giving us, right? So for Vechain's case, we're looking for the market to give us some weakness, albeit it's not that weak. So when we go into OMG, let's go ahead and look at Omisego. Okay, OMG. Now this is on the Binance exchange as well. You guys can tell we don't cover this currency at all on our YouTube channel. Hence why we go live. This is why we're doing this for our artists and members. It's because we want to take a look at some other markets to see if there's any opportunity for us to capitalize in this space. All right. So now let me zoom out. Okay. A couple things we need to talk about. Once you look at price charts, your eyes should become automatically fixated on where are the crucial points. Okay. So when I zoom out on Omisego, okay, where are the crucial points? Where do you see restriction at into the market in Vechain? I'm sorry, not Vechain, in Omisego. Just look at the bear chart. We don't have no indicators on our chart. Just looking at it visually, where do you think restriction is for Omisego? And I'm gonna show you where I see it. Okay. That's one area that I see restriction in the market for Omisego. Where do you think support is? again, the market acts on these areas. That is support. Okay. Now I can see support around $3.05 all the way back down here to like $2.75. Okay. So now we have restriction around $5, even though there's a closer area restriction down here around $4.40. I'm going to keep it around 5. All right. So we got restriction at $5. We got support around 3. So we can expect the market to move in between these lines. Okay. We can expect that. Just like we did in Vechain though. Are we in an uptrend? Let's try it. Okay. So again, the information is already on the chart. Nothing confusing at all. The reason why I would take the higher restriction is because sometimes, especially in cryptocurrencies, the market acts erratically, right? It acts in a way that it will make you fearful. If we were to take that restriction area around $4.40 and you were to see the price go above that, you might become more emotional. So just to ease that emotion, we try to extend out the restriction as far as possible so that you can be comfortable and say, okay, cool. Yeah, the market broke restriction around $4.40, but I already stated that restriction is around 5. So in my mind, I already have my expectation as to where I would change my prediction, and it's up there around $5. Okay, because kind of like, let me show you right here on this particular day. You guys can see that Omisego came up here and touched that $5 area and we came right back down. We could get the same type of price action again to where the market's going to come up here and test $5 and then come right back down. Right. So that's why I try to give us a little cushion. You know, I want us to get a little movement, whether in either direction, so that we won't become too emotional and say, oh man, I got this wrong. So now take a look. Just like in Vechain, the market in Omisego is confirming this trend too. So I think we all are getting an understanding as to what this cryptocurrency space is doing, right? Just like I did in Vechain, let me circle the area of prime real estate in Vechain. I mean, in Omisego, sorry. That is it right there. Okay. Now I really like for the market in Omisego to come all the way down here, which is around $3. Okay, we're at $4 right now, but for us to see this market in Omisego to come down towards $3 would be even better. So when I look at this chart on a longer time frame, let's take a look. Okay, so now we're going to keep this trend intact though. I like the trend. Once we see the majority of these cryptocurrencies giving us the same type of ideas that we're coming and confirming the trend, we need to keep that in line because that's how the overall market is feeling. So now let's look at the 2-day time frame. Okay, let me zoom in on this chart. I agree. This will be a good bounce, quick scalp on a number of different assets to come in, quick movement to the downside, and then the market will recover. Well, not necessarily recover, but we'll go back up to see the market go higher in price. I like that DK. So this is the 2-day time frame in Omisego. Okay, I really like this area though, because look at this history. This is a very firm area of support in Omisego. Like, I can't emphasize this enough to everyone that this $3 price level is a very, very strong area of support. If the market was to ever come back down to that area, this will be the best opportunity to cop some Omisego at cheap prices, right? So now, just like we did in Vechain, we're under the auspice that the market in Omisego is weak. Okay, and we got a lot of activity back here. Okay, we got a lot of price activity that this market will have to go through in order for it to go lower in price. And we're still weak, but just like in Vechain's case, Omisego is not extremely weak to where you would expect the market to give us a monumental movement to the downside. I don't see that neither. This is the weekly time frame. We look pretty much the same like in Vechain. Omisego is giving the same type price action. So now, I'm not overly bearish, but I am expecting the market to give us some weakness though. Okay. Now, $3.50. I mean, $3.58, $3.60. Yeah, we can. I can definitely see the market trying to prop up the price in Omisego right there around $3.60. So you would have to come through and scalp some of that profitability off the market right there around $3.60. But just like I've tried to preface everyone who is listening and watching, we need to be prepared though for us to see this market test $3 and even that ascending line in the long term. Right? This is the 2 weeks time frame. If the market in Omisego was truly strong, we will be seeing the price right now breaking above $5. That's where I told you that would be my restriction area. We will have to change this analysis only under the chance that Omisego breaks above $5. And right now, we don't see that. Okay. So let's do this. We're going to play the weakness, just like in Vechain. But we're going to be real conservative, right? I'm not telling you to be overall bearish, but we can still expect the price to go lower. And I said that what, 260 would be the first area of TP. And that's around what, 9%. The market can go lower. Okay. But I'm going to bring it all the way down here towards $3. Okay. I see as well, there's a very shallow area of support in Omisego around $3.20, $3.15. So even though I'm going to place the ultimate TP area around 3, be prepared to see the market test $3.15, $3.20 though. Okay. But again, that's not that bad. The market in Omisego is still holding the overall trend, which is very positive for the long term. But in the near term, from a daily perspective, yes, there's still some weakness that this market has to go through. All right. So we did 2. We did Vechain and now we did Omisego. The charts looked pretty much identical. They both came and confirmed the overall trend over the last couple of weeks. Cool. Short term, both cryptocurrencies has the prospect of going lower. But let me ease your fears. Be calm because we already read the market. 364 Omisego back down to $3. All right. Appreciate that. Yeah, though those are some very good ideas to look at in Vechain and Omisego. Definitely watch the market to see where the trap comes in and prop up this price. Anyone in the chat, anyone here in the live, help out Chris. Give him an exchange that allows you to play the weakness into the market for the US. All right, check this out. We got 38 people right now on the live trying to get in position to capitalize on these market moves, but only 21 likes. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button if you guys appreciate the content, the value that we are creating, because we're going to be ahead of everyone else. Right? We need to make sure we take advantage of the trap because he's doing that every day in the market, taking everyone else's money. All right. So now let's go ahead and move on and take a look at Geeq. Okay, you guys remember this one? We want to go ahead and take a look at Geeq. Now let me zoom in. Okay, take a look. We did a price prediction in the market in Geeq a while back. Okay, this was an artisan member. They wanted us to check out Geeq, and we was playing a weakness into the market in Geeq at that time, right here. Okay, and take a look at how low the market went. Right there. So it was pretty close, right? We had 35 cents as support into the market in Geeq. On June 26th, the market came all the way down to 38, so about 3 cents away. There you go, Chris. I see some people. Oh, definitely. You definitely need to have that VPN though. All right. So this is Geeq right here. Play the weakness. The market in Geeq did go lower. Found support right there around 38 cents. Okay. We had our support area around 35. So it's about 3 cents away. But nevertheless, we had opportunity to grab the bag from the trap. Okay. 29-30% right there. So now, what has happened though? Come on. Check it out. What has been going on into the market in Geeq? Are we really seeing any weakness into the market in Geeq right now? Or are we seeing the market trade sideways? Take a look at that. What's going on? I think we found the base in the market for Geeq. Let me show you. So we're finding support in the market in Geeq right around this area here. You guys see how tight that range is? That's right, Chris. Consolidation, Steve. That's right. So Geeq is already telling us, for the most part, we found a stable area. You see that? Like Steve has. We're consolidating for a reason. The market won't be trading sideways this many days if it didn't have a plan. If it didn't have a plan to take the market somewhere else. So let me zoom out. I mean, we've already seen the market for the most part in Geeq hit the lows. The lows is around 30 cents. This is very good to see this. So how do we look on it on the 3-day? Take a look at this. Look at all this energy being wound up for the next movement. There's no weakness really being seen on the 3-day time frame. 5-day. Okay, this is the 5-day time frame. Okay, every price bar we see is 5 days worth of price action. I want to show you one of the 5-day price bars amongst this consolidation of trading that indicates strength. Okay, that shows us that the buyers came into the market, and it's right here on this 5-day price bar. Okay, so now this is not the time to be excited though, right? This is not the time for us to come in and say, boom, now this market is ready to rocket. Now this market is ready to break out. We can actually see the market in Geeq consolidate over the next couple of weeks still, right? That's right, Chris. There's not a lot of selling going on. So now, I don't want everyone to think that's on this live to think that the market in Geeq is ready to break out though. The market may not break out until August, right? But it's still good to see that we're not moving lower. We are creating a very firm area of support right there around 40 cents. Now, this is it on the weekly time frame. Okay. So let me show you on the weekly time frame as well as what's really going on in this particular cryptocurrency. Take a look. This weekly price bar right here, after we've seen the market in Geeq come all the way down and close on 40 cents, the next week we saw the market go higher. And then again, look at this weekly price bar. We saw a decent amount of volume. We closed off of the lows. There's buying going on in this market, right? There's a lot of buying going on in Geeq right now. Somebody is finding the price of this cryptocurrency very attractive. Look at the volume following the June 21st weekly price bar. Even more volume came in, very small spread. So I like it, right? It can take weeks. Oh, okay, Steve, I got you. So I like it. We're going to play the strength into the market in Geeq on this one though. So let me take this back. I really don't like the daily time frame because the market looks so distorted and confusing. I mean, the market just looks confusing when you look at this from a daily perspective. But let me put in. So we already have an idea though where the big area support is. Okay, around 40 cents. So this upward momentum, this strength that we're expecting is going to be on the table as long as price in Geeq stays above 40 cents. Now, this area right here is restriction. Okay, 60 cents. So be prepared. We can see the market in Geeq come back down after it tries to touch 60 cents. But I'm going to extend it all the way up here to around 66, 65 cents. That's about 22% profitability. And that's only within the consolidational range. Now, if you're trying to play this in the extreme long term, this is where the restriction area is. Okay, this is the next area. So the market breaks out in Geeq above, what is that? Let me see. Above 67, 68 cents. The next area that it's going to try to touch, it's going to be up here towards 90 to $1. Okay, that's about 81%. So that's something that we can expect in the long term into the market for Geeq. First area of concern though is around 67. So we're going to bring it back down. All right. So now, out of the 3 cryptocurrencies, we did Vechain, Omisego, and now Geeq. 2 of them we're still seeing some weakness on, but Geeq is actually giving us consolidation of trading and prospect movement high. Right there. All right, check this out. We have 43 people right now. And if you're one of the individuals who hasn't tapped that thumbs up button, make sure you guys go ahead and do that for me real quick. Want to make sure that everyone sees the value that we are creating here on YouTube, because we want everyone to win. Well, at least if you're in our community. All right, so now let's go ahead and take a look at some stocks. All right, let's switch this thing over. We looked at 3 cryptocurrencies. So now let's go ahead and take a look at some stocks real quick. The first one is ITUB. That is the ticker symbol. How to pronounce it? Itau Unibanco Holdings. Okay, you guys can see it right here. Now, we have a lot of information on this chart. This particular stock has been trading on the exchange for an extremely long time. Okay, so it's kind of like the granddaddy of the stock market. Take a look. It's been in the market trading since 2002. All right. Yeah, Chris, I'm trying to pronounce. I hope I pronounced it right, but it doesn't matter. We can make bread, money anyway. All right. So check this out. This particular stock has been on the market for a long time. This is the 3-week time frame. So every price bar we see right now is 3 weeks worth of price action. Every price bar is. Now, I zoomed out. Let's look at it. Where have we been? Where are we at right now? Do you see where restriction is? Do you see where support is? Let me move this over to a 2 months time frame so we try to get a better idea. Okay, and I can zoom in. So now, where do you think support is? Where do you think restriction is? Now, okay, let me do this. Where do you see support and restriction in relation to where price closed on Friday? All right. We need to focus in on where price is. Everything else is irrelevant in terms of where the market has already been. Okay. So we closed on Friday at $5.55 in Itau. Right? That's where we close. So based off that, where do you think support and restriction is? I will tell you restriction is going to be hard to find. Chris wrote around $5.32 for support. Restriction around 6. All right, cool. Let me show you. All right. So from a daily perspective, $6 restriction and $5.32 for support. Let's see. All right. What do you all think? What about up here? Because this is where the market broke in Itau. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. I might be butchering it, but we are in a definite downtrend in Itau too. Because $6 was a pretty good area of support back here, like Chris wrote in the chat. It was very good area of support, and that would be restriction in order for the market to come back up to a higher side. So I can see that, Chris. Right? I can see that. So yeah, let's hold that restriction around $6 like Chris wrote in the chat. I like that. And he said support was around 5. He said 532. Yeah, I think it's a little bit lower than 532 though. Let's see. Because I definitely see support around 5. All right, now let me take a look at this on a longer out time frame to see where we're at. Okay. So now, this market in Itau is definitely not being traded in a way that we can see easily, right? That we can see easily support and restriction. We don't, it's not really definitive. Okay. So time preference is going to be real important on this particular play. All right. So if you're in this market in Itau for a daily basis, then looking at the market on a longer out time frame would not work. Like Chris said, you have to look at this from a daily basis to see where support and restriction is. Because you get different areas of support and restriction on different time frames, which is why time preference is going to be real important for this particular play. Okay. Now, let me show you the weekly time frame though. Okay. Because it tells us a lot. So over the last 3 weeks, I mean, we've all can tell that the price is going lower. We are in weakness in Itau right now. Cool. Can we see the market still bounce off this trend though? This is where I want to play. Okay, I want to play the market alongside this trend in Itau. All right. This is where the market is actually confirming the movement. All right, so let me show you. We've already seen the market in Itau test this trend. So we are in an uptrend. Okay. We tested it back here in March, and the volume definitely came in on the high end. We confirmed it back in October 2020, and we started the trend back in May of 2020. So this market in Itau is in an uptrend. Okay. Take a look at this though. What happened on this last completed 3-week price bar? All right. That is nothing but weakness right there. The last 6 weeks, the price in Itau has been going lower. Okay. So what do you think the next movement would be? If we've seen 6 weeks of price in Itau going lower, and we still concluded the last 3 weekly price bar on the low end, that kind of still tells us that we got some movement to the downside to go through. Right. Just like that, Chris. Yes. So where do you think support is then? I think, Chris, you said support was around what, $5? Is that a coincidence that we've seen the market in Itau test $5 back in June of 2015? Again, look at this. It was acting as support and restriction back in 2015. 6 years later, here we are. We would expect the same thing. Okay. So what's going on with the market in Itau on the 5-week time frame? So where the market already showing us restriction and weakness. So yeah, I think we still got some weakness to go through in Itau from a long-term perspective. Monthly basis, still seeing that weakness come through. So I'm looking for the market in Itau to try to come in and test this area right here. All right, we're already there now. $5.50. The market may actually try to come through and prop up the price. That's the only thing that will go against the market in Itau of going lower. So the next couple of days, this upcoming trading week, definitely be on guard for that, because I can actually see the market trying to prop its price up above $5.50. And that's the case, play the strength on that. Now, daily time frame. Oh, they do a dividend too. Barely a dividend. All right, so cool. Let's see what it looks like on the daily to play the market weakness. I really like that restriction around $6.30 though. And we said $5 to be support. So we got about 9%, 10% movement to the downside to go through in Itau. Yeah, I'm gonna play the weakness into the market in Itau, but $5.40 would be my first area of TP, and then $5.20. Okay. I'm gonna take it all the way down to $4.90 though, because that will give us enough cushion to allow the market to come and test that trend. So I really suspect that we're going to try to come down to this area and test this trend, or around $5. So that would be our ultimate area TP, around $5, maybe a little bit lower for Itau. And until we see price in Itau break above $6, preferably, I would say like $6.30. We're going to continue to play the weakness. Okay. So let me switch this back over to the daily and do that there. Okay. So now we're on position. We're on guard. We're expecting the market in Itau to come down just a little bit. We identified some areas of TP. Right there. $5.40. $5.15 back down to $5. That's what we're going to be on the lookout for. That's where we're expecting the market to go in Itau. So now let's go ahead and take a look at another stock. All right. The second one that we're going to look at is going to be the ticker symbol is BLL. Okay, Ball Corporation. First thing we're going to do, let's zoom out and see what we got. Take a look. take a look at this stock right here. This one is definitely a granddaddy in the stock market, right? If you're in the chat, help out Keenan. What's the easiest platform for Forex? Look at this stock. Man. 1973. This stock has been on the stock exchange trading. Man. Imagine you came through and bought this particular stock in 1973 when it was traded around 25 cents, 30 cents. And here it is today, 84. Massive uptrend is in play for Ball Corporation, right? So, okay, this gives us a lot of information already. First things first, wherever price is in relation to where we've come from tells us a lot. The market in Ball Corporation is trading around all-time highs versus where we've been, right? From $84, $85 from 100. That was an all-time high. Okay. So we're trading around all-time highs in relation to where we've been since 1973. Cool. So we're going to focus in on, okay, since we're trading around all-time highs in Ball Corporation, then there's more weight to let the price come back down. Okay, because we're trading around all-time highs. We're in unfamiliar territory. That's precisely what the market in Ball Corporation has been going through. Now, let's do this. We've already created where the market in Ball Corporation has confirmed the trend on a weekly basis. Okay. This line right here is acting as support in the immediate term, right there. We bounce off of that number, $80. Okay. So the trap is telling us that he has more business to conduct above $80 right now. So is the market immediately going to go lower in Ball Corporation? No, it's not. Because he is confirming that he still has more business to conduct above $80. So where is the next area of restriction at then? Let's see. Okay. Is it here around 88, 89? Or is it there around 95? I'm going to keep it there around 95. Okay. So cool. Let's look at the market in Ball on a 3-week time frame. Because one thing I really want to show you is that, yes, the market in Ball Corporation is not extremely weak. I just told you that the trap has more business to conduct. So he's trying to bring this price back up in this area right here. Okay, so yeah, we can see the market in Ball still trade in this range. Matter of fact, from a 3-week perspective, we can see the market go higher. Test 88, back up to 90. But that's how far I think the market's going to go. So if you're trying to play the strength into the market in Ball Corporation, be prepared for the market to hit selling right there around 88 first, then up here towards 90. And that's about it. Because one thing we need to keep in mind is that the information is already on the chart and we need to use it to our benefit. Okay. And what I wanted to show you on this 3-week time frame is this. Look at that 3-week price bar right here. Okay. So we need to make sure that this hasn't gone anywhere. Okay. This massive spread bar to the downside on a 3-weekly basis hasn't gone anywhere. So the bullishness or the anticipation of higher price to occur in Ball Corporation will not happen until we see the market break back up above $94. So let me show you on a monthly basis. See, this is the monthly time frame in Ball Corporation. Look at the month of May. The market in Ball Corporation came all the way down. Now, June and July, yeah, we're seeing the market go higher. That's why I'm trying to tell you that if you're playing this on a daily basis, on a 2-day, 3-day time frame, yeah, the market looks to give us some movement high in price, 88 to around 90. But looking at this from a 3 weeks to a monthly perspective, we need to keep in mind what happened in May. So from a monthly perspective and longer, Ball Corporation definitely has the momentum to come all the way back down a little bit lower. See, that's why we don't want to overstay our welcome in the stock market or even in cryptocurrencies. We need to come in, get what we come to get, and walk out the store. We cannot be overstaying our welcome, because that's where we get hit. That's where we start losing out. So if you're going to try to be in this play from a monthly, 2-month time frame, keep this in mind of what happened from the 2-month perspective to a monthly. I mean, you probably can see it on a 3-month time frame. That's even more weakness right there. So from a long-term outlook, okay, I'm here to tell you that I would be weak in the market in Ball Corporation. I would be playing in weakness from the long term, but on a daily basis, I would be playing a strength though. So let me bring this over to the daily and play the strength, right? So now, first area is around 88. So we don't want to be greedy. We understand that that area could be restriction. That's about 3%. It's not a lot. I mean, it might not even be worth putting in a prediction. It might not even be worth putting in a play on. All the way up here towards 90. That's about 6% movement. Okay. And that's about it. Okay. So we got it there. Let me bring in these lines closer. All right, Chris. I don't know, Keenan, what do you mean? When do you see the crypto market going up end of the month? Because right now we did Vechain, Omisego, and Geeq, and it all depends on the particular market. 2 of them, we're looking for cryptos to continue to go lower, albeit not that weak. And Geeq, we're kind of looking for it to consolidate and go higher. So let's hold that there for Ball Corporation. Like I said, long term, market looks weak. Near term, daily basis, we can see some movement to the upside. All right, cool. Let me go ahead and look at the last one. The ticker symbol is AMRN. Okay. Ameren. Let's go ahead and take a look at this particular stock real quick. All right, so now, again, let's zoom out. Let's take a look. All right, look at this market. This particular stock has been trading ever since 1994. And look where it was at. Quite sure at that particular time when it was listed on the exchange, it wasn't that expensive. Looked like they maybe had a couple of stock splits, brought their value down, diluted a lot of their shares. And now the market is coming back down around $4.50. Okay. So clearly, looking at the volume in Ameren, you guys can see basis support is around $1. Let me zoom in. Yeah, right there around $1. Okay. Market is trading around 4 right now. Looking at the volume, looking at where we've been, what do you all think? Have we found an area of support right here around 4? What do you think? Because this is the 2 weeks basis. So the market in Ameren is giving us some support that we can see on a 2-week basis. Okay, it's right there. Bring it down just a tad. So yes, around $4 is where support is. All right, 409. So now, let's focus in on where we've been. Okay, so back in 2018, you guys can see that the stock was trading above $10, right? It was trading above $12 and topped out around 25. Ever since then, we've been a lot lower. All right, cool. So the only thing that I'm seeing on this particular stock play is the fact that the market trap is trying to hold price up there around $4. That's it. Okay. We are in a downtrend though. The only thing that's propping up this price is $4. That's the only thing that's holding support. So as I look at the chart on a different time frame, we need to see, are we still getting that same type of indication, right? And we did. The last completed 5-day price bar in Ameren is actually giving us some strength. This is the weekly basis. What do you all think? Look at the week. We saw the market come in and grab some support, and we closed on the high. So yeah, there's some strength here in the market in this stock. Now, it's not overly bullish neither. No, it's not, because this is where restriction is, right? Around 5. The next area would be here, around 6. Right there. Okay. So we like it. What's going on so far? It's pretty much consolidation of trade in Ameren. 3-day time frame, the market looks decent, right? We're confirming that the market at least is going to consolidate, right? I'm not expecting the market in AMRN to really be bullish or to really be bearish. You know, the environment looks to be stable over the next couple of days to weeks. Just continue to trade sideways in this range, right? 2-day time frame, pretty good movement right here. So what I'm getting is that, yeah, there is strength into the market here in this market, in this environment, but maybe $5 to where it could top out to $5.50. And that's just being conservative. So with the market holding support around $3.90 to $4, and then seeing it hit $5, that's about 9, almost 10% movement to the upside. To $5.50, it's around 20, almost 21%. So that's decent. And I'm pretty much expecting that to occur into the market in Ameren. So those will be the TP areas right there around 5 and then 5.50. Okay. You're saying the downward trend? Let me see, Chris. Switch over to the daily. So are you holding the trend? I'm trying to figure out where you're trying to hold the downtrend at. This way? Is this where you're holding the downtrend at, Chris? Because the market right here, it was still in a downtrend there, downtrend here, and started all the way back in 2021 this year. And we broke that sideways back in the beginning of June, and we've been trading sideways ever since then. Okay. Yeah, so that's a good thing to see as well, Chris, is that, yeah, we did break the trend in Ameren to the sideways. So that's very good to see. So what that means is that the market is actually becoming more stable, and the volatility is not necessarily in play anymore for the market in Ameren to continue to go lower. That's a very good catch. 2-day time frame. January 16th, 2020. Okay. Let me see what you got, Chris. You said January 16th, 2020. Which is right there. Okay, January 27th. Yeah, one of the things you guys can tell is that there's no right or wrong answers into how you relate the information, okay? Only thing is that you need to validate it off of the information that's already on the chart. So like in Chris' situation, yeah, the market was in a downtrend and it broke it right there around July 2020. Been traded sideways since then. We started another minor uptrend, right? Okay, yeah, because I'm kind of seeing that the downtrend was back in January 2021. I think that's what you're referencing. Right? And that's pretty much what the trend was, because we was in an upward trend in this particular stock starting in the beginning of the year. And since then we've been going lower, but now the market is giving us some sideways trading. Okay. So what I'm expecting to occur in this market is pretty much the same, sideways trading with the prospect of going higher. Now, not a bullish movement higher, but really $5 to $5.50. And we maintain that sideways trading action for a while. You know, that's pretty much what I'm expecting the market in Ameren to do. So yeah, we're going to play that right here on the daily time frame. We're going to save it and just watch the market trade. Okay. So that's it. Let's do a recap. Vechain, we played a weakness, not a lot. Omisego, we played a weakness, not a lot. Geeq is another cryptocurrency. We're playing the consolidational trading with the movement higher. Itau, let me see what we did. We're playing in weakness on this particular stock. You guys can see it right there. Okay. Ball Corporation, we're playing the strength. Okay. And then on, let me take it back to the daily. Okay. And then we're playing the strength on this stock too. So all in all, out of the 6 markets we took a look at, is about even 50-50. 3 going down, 3 going higher. And that's one thing I really want everyone to understand, is that every market is different and you need to treat everyone as such. So that's about it. That's a lookout. We're on guard to pay attention to what the trap has in store, so that we can take that money back that he has taken from everyone else. This is how you're able to do the market in, you know, relaxation without being emotional. Like, it amazes me how emotional people become when they participate in the market. I get it. You know, you guys, everyone is deploying their own resources, i.e. their money, into their accounts. and positions, and when it switches direction or it doesn't go the way they expected it, they immediately act a certain way, or they immediately, exit out their position, not understanding as to what's really going on in the market. I really want to try to dispel the notion that you got to use technical indicators, because you don't. That's one of the biggest confusionary things that occurs when you look at charts, is that people try to place all of these indicators on a chart, and there's no indication to where you need to pull the trigger. Like, do you need to wait until the 60-day EMA crosses the 100-day EMA before it's a buy, right? Or what percentage does the RSI has to be, or the MACDs? Or what about the Bollinger Band if it's in the upward band level? Like, what does that mean? It has no bearing as to what the market's anticipated to do. But don't forget this. The market, every price bar we see, every volume bar we see is evidence. And it's true and it's real. You need to take it for what it is. Don't try to read into it. The market tells us everything we needed to know. For instance, let's look at this corporation right here, or this stock right here. Okay. One of the biggest things I want everyone in our community to always look at when they see charts is the volume. Volume is the lifeblood of every market. Without volume, you have no idea of who participated or how much they participated. So before I let you all go, take a look at this. Okay. Right here, April the 13th. This volume bar is massive. It stands out. So what happened? These things we need to continue to remember. Something happened to where a lot of people participated, or we had one hedge fund or one financial institution offload a lot of shares in this market. This is what happened. How do I know that? Well, take a look at where we've been. What trend was the market in Ameren before we saw all of this volume come through? It was in a downtrend. So already the market was selling. Already there wasn't no interest and demand in this stock. So when this volume came through on April the 13th, on the low end, what do you think it meant? That somebody else got out their position and said, okay, I'm expecting this price to go a lot lower in Ameren, right? That's right, down. There's no lying on these price charts. So whoever came into the market on April the 13th already knew that the price was going to go lower, because if they didn't, you wouldn't have seen all this volume. They exited out their position because they anticipated, they already knew that the price was going to go down to 4. They already knew that. And the market was trading around $5.50 to $5. Same thing here. Every time we see this increase in volume, the market goes lower. Except for right here, the last trading day. We saw a decent amount of volume, but the market closed on the high. So that's how we know that the market is giving some strength, that it's trying to go higher. But we have to pay attention to the information that's already here. And your interpretation of what it means, you will become more massively profitable, and you'll be able to become more readable in terms of what's actually going on in this space without being confused. So everyone who is listening to this live need to learn this. You need to sit down, just pick a couple of charts and try to gauge what stands out at you, right? We need to gauge these things and pay attention to these things, because it tells us everything we need to know. All right, so that's it. There was the live. Appreciate everyone who tuned in. Hopefully you have garnered something from what we spoke about, some of the collaborational things we did. On to the next one, right? I want everyone to enjoy their weekend. If you get a couple of minutes, just grab a couple of charts, look at it, try to read it, and try to drop a prediction on it so that you can see whether or not you are grasping what is being taught or what is being talked about on these videos that we produce. Okay. That's it. Appreciate everyone tuning in. Make sure you always maintain a profitability and always trade different. Peace.